The sound of the storm was deafening above the clouds, lightning flashing across the wings of Flight 227 like white fire tearing the sky apart. Passengers gripped their seats, some crying, some whispering prayers, as the aircraft trembled under the force of the winds. In the cockpit, Captain Logan Pierce, a man in his late 30s with tired eyes and a face carved by years of responsibility, kept his hands firm on the controls. His co-pilot shouted over the alarms. Engines 1 and 3 just failed. But Logan didn't flinch. He had faced worse, he had seen death before, but this was different because this time 162 souls were depending on him, and one of them was his own 8-year-old son Max, sitting just a few rows behind the cockpit. Before we go any further, if you believe in kindness, courage, and second chances, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Journal. It truly helps us bring more stories of hope and heart to you every week. For most people, Logan Pierce was just another commercial airline captain, a quiet man who rarely smiled but always made passengers feel safe. Yet behind that calm exterior was a story buried deep under years of silence. Once, he wasn't just a pilot. He was Ghost Rider, one of the Air Force's most skilled fighter pilots, a name whispered among F-22 squadrons with respect and awe, until tragedy struck, forcing him to walk away from the sky he loved. 5 years earlier, during a rescue mission over the Syrian desert, Logan's wingman and best friend, Captain Aidan Cole, had been hit by enemy fire. Logan had tried to pull him out, defying orders, risking his own jet, but the desert swallowed Aidan in flames. The radio went silent, and with it, something inside Logan broke. He took the blame, even though everyone told him it wasn't his fault. The guilt crushed him until he resigned from the Air Force and took a quieter job, commercial flying for Horizon Air. But fate wasn't done testing him yet. When his wife, Elena, was diagnosed with heart failure just 2 years later, Logan's world collapsed again. Her last words before surgery still echoed in his mind. "Promise me you'll keep flying. Promise me Max will grow up knowing his father never gave up." She never woke up, and from that day Logan became both father and mother to Max, a bright little boy who carried his mother's smile and his father's quiet strength. Every morning before school, Max would run to the window, point at the sky and say, "Dad, I saw your plane today. You looked like a superhero." And Logan would smile, though inside his heart felt like a sky filled with storms. He wasn't a hero anymore, just a man trying to hold things together. It was supposed to be a routine flight, Los Angeles to Denver, clear skies, calm air. But somewhere over Colorado, the weather turned without warning. A violent storm formed fast, throwing the plane into chaos. Lightning cracked, alarms screamed, and the aircraft jolted like a toy in a giant's fist. Logan's voice remained steady as he spoke to the passengers, reassuring them through the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Please remain seated and keep your seatbelts fastened. We're going to be fine." But inside the cockpit, things were far from fine. 2 engines were out, communications were failing, and the wind shear was brutal. The plane began losing altitude fast. Logan's co-pilot tried to re-establish contact with air traffic control, but the radio only emitted static. Then, through the white noise, a familiar voice crackled through the military emergency channel. An F-22 patrol in the area had picked up their distress signal. "Flight 227, this is Falcon 2-1. Identify yourself. We're picking up your transponder." Logan hesitated for a second, then pressed the mic. "This is Captain Logan Pierce of Horizon Air 227. We've lost 2 engines and we're descending through 20,000 feet. We need immediate assistance." There was a long pause. Then came the voice of the lead F-22 pilot, calm but curious. "Copy that, Horizon 227. Did you say Logan Pierce, as in Ghost Rider. The silence that followed was heavier than thunder. Logan closed his eyes. He hadn't heard that name in years. The F-22 pilot spoke again, voice rising with emotion. "Sir, it's Major Ryan Cole, Aiden Cole's brother. We trained together years ago. You saved my brother's life once." Logan's hands trembled. He could hardly speak. "Ryan, your brother didn't make it. Maybe not," Ryan replied, his tone steady but filled with conviction. "But he always said you were the best damn pilot he ever flew with. Let's bring you home, Ghost Rider." For the next 20 minutes, the two fighter jets flanked the crippled airliner like guardian angels in the storm. Logan's instruments were failing, his fuel running low, but Ryan's calm voice guided him through the darkness. "You've got this, sir. I've got your left wing. Just keep her steady." The passengers could see flashes of silver cutting through the clouds, the F-22s flying beside them. Children pointed in awe. Max, holding his toy plane, whispered, "Dad, they're here to help you." As the plane broke through the clouds, the view of the Denver runway came into sight, glimmering faintly through sheets of rain. Logan's co-pilot looked at him with fear and admiration. "Captain, the crosswinds are insane. We might not make it." Logan's voice softened. "We will. We have to." He thought of Elena. He thought of Max. He thought of Aiden Cole's last radio message. "Don't quit, Ghost Rider." As the plane descended, the wind roared like a living beast. The landing gear came down with a groan. Every warning light on the panel blinked red. Logan's heart pounded as he gripped the controls with both hands, his eyes locked on the runway. "Come on, baby," he whispered to the plane, "just a little more." The impact was brutal. Tires screamed. The plane bounced once, twice, then finally miraculously settled. A cheer erupted in the cabin. Passengers sobbed with relief. The plane rolled to a stop in the rain, smoke rising from the brakes. Logan sat there for a moment, breathing hard, staring at his trembling hands. His co-pilot turned to him, eyes wide. "You just landed a 737 with 2 dead engines in a thunderstorm. You're insane." Logan gave a faint smile. "No, just a dad with something to live for." Outside, as emergency crews rushed in, Logan walked out onto the tarmac and looked up at the 2 F-22s circling above. Over the radio, Ryan's voice came one last time. "You did it, Ghost Rider. My brother would be proud." Logan's throat tightened. "Thank you, Ryan, for watching over us." Ryan's reply was soft but powerful. "You watched over all of us first." When the F-22s peeled away into the clearing sky, sunlight broke through the clouds, a single golden beam lighting the runway. Logan knelt down and hugged Max as he ran into his arms. The boy pressed his toy plane against his father's chest and whispered, "Told you, Dad, superheroes always come home." For the first time in years, Logan allowed himself to cry, not from grief, but from something deeper, redemption. That night, as the story of the miraculous landing of Flight 227 spread across the news, people all over the world heard the name Ghost Rider again, not as a legend of war, but as a symbol of love, courage, and second chances. Logan didn't seek fame or medals. He just tucked Max into bed, kissed his forehead, and whispered, "Your mom would be proud of you, kiddo." Max smiled sleepily. "She's proud of you too, Dad." And as Logan looked out the window at the night sky, a faint star seemed to wink at him, like an old friend saying goodbye. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, comment, and share this video. Your support helps us continue bringing real and emotional stories like this one to life. Don't forget to subscribe to Kindness Journal for more inspiring true life tales of courage and redemption. And before you go, drop a comment below. What does being brave mean to you?